The table that I have here is synthetic division done over and over and over again. And on this first line, this is what happens when we take the original function and do synthetic division with x minus 1. The 2, 3, and negative 8 is going to be the coefficients of the quotient, and the negative 18 is going to be the remainder. The remainder theorem says that when we do synthetic division, that remainder is going to be the functional value. So negative 18 is f of 1. So when we were looking at finding f of negative 2, we look to negative 2 and the remainder is 0. That means f of negative 2 is 0. To find out what the original function is, we go back to the very top line. This 2, 1, negative 11, and negative 10. Those are the coefficients of the original function. And that would be 2x cubed plus 1x squared minus 11x and minus 10. In order to identify the factors of the function, we go back to that 0, this line right here when we had the negative 2 and the remainder was 0. That means that one of the factors comes from the negative 2. The factor would be x plus 2. Because negative 2 is a 0, we have to think of a binomial factor for which negative 2 would make it equal 0. So negative 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. That's why the factor is x plus 2. And if we want to factor f completely, well, we already know that one of the factors is x plus 2. The second factor is going to come from the 2, negative 3, and negative 5. Those will be the coefficients of the second factor, 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. Right now it's factored, but it's not factored completely. In order to factor it completely, we have to take that 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 and break that into its two factors. So we'll factor 2x squared into 2x and x, and we'll break 5 into 5 and 1. Checking to make sure that we have it right. The outsides would give us 2, and the insides would give us 5. Well, negative 5 plus 2 will make the negative 3 that we need. So, negative 5 plus 2. Now it's factored completely. Finally, we can finish it up by finding the zeros. Since it's completely factored, we already know that one of the zeros comes from here. If that factor is equal to 0, then x is negative 2. If this factor equaled 0, then x would be 5 halves. And if the last one were to equal 0, then x would be negative 1.